Long Island Audit wants you to pay for his city code violations in the name of freedom. Viewers of SeanPaul, Long Island Audits, Reyes' main channel were treated over the weekend to a new news story reported on Reyes about Reyes' battles with the town of Brookhaven, New York, over fines associated with his 2, and possibly 3, homes in the area. Reyes started the video by standing outside the Brookhaven, New York, town hall with 2 large pre-printed sandwich boards indicating that the town was charging him $75,000 in an attempt to silence him and asking how much would it take to silence someone else. The placards themselves were professionally done, double-sided, and more than likely out of the budget of most citizens, let alone a member of We the People, the group of normal everyday citizens that Reyes demands payments from on his YouTube channel to support his sometimes criminal activities. Reyes explained that he was a lifelong resident of the area and owns 2 homes. One is childhood home that he purchased from his parents, and is loosely associated with a 3rd property, for which he claims he is being charged $35,000 in retaliatory fines from the city. His point was he was being silenced by the affluent town, and he wanted all of his fans to essentially brigade the town's Facebook page, Google reviews, and make personal calls on his behalf to let the town know he was mad as hell and he wasn't going to take this horrible treatment anymore. Plus donate, buy his merchandise. He also plugged his lucrative Cameo deal, his expensive merchandise, his deal with Attorney Shield, all of his pay apps where you can just give him money as donations, and, of course, his GoFundMe. Since this is the crowdsourcing column, his actions brought in $20 to Win Sunday for his Support the Fight Against Tyranny and Corruption campaign. There were no winners on Monday, as the market froze to death with no new donations recorded. To date, besides his lucrative deals with Attorney Shield and Cameo, notwithstanding, he's brought in over $100,000 in GoFundMe donations over the past 2 years. His unlawful arrest and constitutional rights has brought in a total of $2,433 over the past 2 years. His Support the Fight Against Tyranny and Corruption dominates his GoFundMe take with a total of $52,568 in donations. His fund legal defense against unlawful arrest has recorded a respectable $16,361 in donations. His help with criminal defense attorney for this case has stalled at a $21,650 take. His help with legal fees to fight Tyrant's lawsuit never really got off the ground with $1,891 in donations. His help with billboard truck purchase to expose tyranny brought in $11,671 for gas and expenses for the $160,000 truck he had already purchased. Finally, his Support Freedom Stand Against Tyranny Together campaign has brought in $4,579 over the past 2 years. His grand total from his We the People supporters and GoFundMe donations over the past 2 years alone has been $111,153. As Reyes claimed, he has lived in Brookhaven his entire life and owns 2 properties, probably 3, but who's counting? It's noted that the average sale price for a home in Brookhaven in 2024 was $577,500, meaning he has over $1 million invested in homes in the area. The median household income in Brookhaven is $121,340, and 58.95% of the households earn more than the national average. Reyes offered no real proof that he was being retaliated against other than he was famous, and they know who I am, though he repeated all of his claims and made sure that We the People knew he was gosh darn outraged that Brookhaven would actually do code enforcement for things he admitted were in violation on his property. He also claimed that he had already gone to court over the code violations. The city offered to settle with him if he paid $25,000 instead of the $75,000 he claims he's being fined. He refused the deal and framed it that the city was forcing him to pay $25,000 or be silenced. He promised his viewers that he'd be bringing out his $165,000 electronic billboard truck to help him protest, and ended with a commercial pitching all of his merchandise, endorsements, and of course, donation links. The rich get richer, folks, as we beg for help keeping the lights on.
Journalism is not free. Both ReallyCoolSite.org's daily newspaper and our daily newscasts are funded by your continuing donations and what we make from our YouTube AdSense revenue each month. If you'd like to contribute to help us keep the lights on, eating, keeping the cats fed, and writing new stories to feature on both the newspaper and newscast each day, We do have a GoFundMe set up at the address on screen right now. If you can't afford to contribute, please watch the advertisements on our videos, like, share, subscribe, and comment. You can help by doing next to nothing, and we thank you in advance for pitching in.